With these can-do videos, you'll see real-life situations where you have to introduce yourself, talk about your family, or give your contact information. So, by the end, you can do them yourself in Italian. This video is a small portion of our can-do course. To get the full course, including translations, grammar tools, and assessment tests, click the link in the description.
Welcome to Can Do Italian by ItalianPod101.com.
Ciao a tutti, sono Felice Angelini. Hi everyone, I'm Felice Angelini. In this lesson, you learn how to greet someone at different times of the day.
This is Rosa Romano, the Lee family's Italian teacher. Her schedule for the day is Mark Lee at 9 a.m., Karen Lee at 12 p.m., Ben Lee at 6 p.m. Listen to the greeting exchange between the three pairs. Pay attention to the time of day.
Buongiorno, signora Romano.
Buongiorno, signor Lee.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Buonasera.
Buonasera, Ben.
Once more with the English translation.
Buongiorno, signora Romano.
Good morning, Miss Romano.
Buongiorno, signor Lee.
Good morning, Mr. Lee.
Buongiorno.
Good afternoon.
Buongiorno.
Good afternoon.
Buonasera.
Good evening.
Buonasera, Ben.
Good evening, Ben.
Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
Let's take a closer look at each of these expressions.
In the first conversation, do you remember how Mark says, "Good morning, Miss Romano"?
Buongiorno, signora Romano.
First is,
Buongiorno.
which literally means good day, but translates as good morning in this context.
Buongiorno. Buongiorno.
Note,
Buongiorno.
is a flexible greeting that can be used to mean good morning, good afternoon, or even just hello. You can use it all day until the evening. Next is
Signora.
Ms.
Signora. Signora.
This is an honorific used for women. Finally, the teacher's family name. Romano.
Romano. Romano. Romano.
Together,
Signora Romano.
Miss Romano.
Signora Romano.
Altogether,
Buongiorno, signora Romano.
good morning, Miss Romano.
Buongiorno, signora Romano.
When including a person's name in a greeting, it's more common to say the person's name after the greeting. Note, using a person's family name in a greeting may come across as more formal. Do you remember the teacher's response? Good morning, Mr. Lee.
Buongiorno, signor Lee.
First is
Buongiorno.
good morning in this context.
Buongiorno.
Next,
Signor.
Mr.
Signor. Signor.
This is an honorific used for men.
Signor.
Is actually a shortened version of
Signore.
Mr. Before family names, it's common to drop the
E.
Finally, Mark's family name, Lee, pronounced in Italian.
Lì. Lì.
Lee. Altogether, it's
Buongiorno, signor Lee.
good morning, Mr. Lee.
Buongiorno, signor Lee.
Note, this exchange is formal. In the second conversation, which takes place at noon, do you remember how Karen says, good afternoon? Hint, it's the same greeting as the one used in the morning.
Buongiorno.
Note that Karen's greeting is slightly less formal, as she doesn't say the teacher's name.
Buongiorno.
Good afternoon.
Buongiorno.
The teacher's response is the same.
Buongiorno.
This can translate as hello or good afternoon.
Buongiorno.
Is a common way to greet people during the day. You can use it in both formal and less formal situations. In the third conversation, which takes place in the evening at 6 p.m., do you remember how Ben says, good evening?
Buonasera.
Buonasera.
Literally, good evening.
Buonasera.
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 Is a common way to greet people during the evening and at night, in both formal and less formal situations. Do you remember the teacher's response? Good evening, Ben.
Buonasera, Ben.
Buonasera.
Good evening.
Buonasera.
Next is Ben's name pronounced in Italian.
Ben. Ben. Ben.
Together, it's
Buonasera, Ben.
good evening, Ben.
Buonasera, Ben.
Note that the teacher addresses Ben by his first name as he's younger. This makes the greeting sound more informal.
In Italian, there is an expression for good afternoon. Buon pomeriggio. Buon, good, and pomeriggio, afternoon. Buon pomeriggio. Good afternoon. Buon pomeriggio. You can use this greeting if you really want to bring attention to the fact that it's the afternoon. Otherwise, you can simply say buongiorno from the morning to the early evening. Let's look at the greetings once more. Listen and repeat, or speak along with me. Buongiorno. Buongiorno. Buonasera. Buonasera. Buongiorno, signora Romano. Buongiorno, signora Romano. Ciao. Ciao. Did you notice the last greeting? Ciao.
Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can-Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
Ciao.
Hi.
Ciao. Ciao.
In informal situations, you can just use the greeting,
Ciao.
hi, at any time of the day.
Ciao.
Is the most common greeting in Italian. However, it's only suitable for informal situations, such as when greeting friends or relatives. It translates as hi or hello, but it can also mean goodbye. Because of this, you can use
Ciao.
both as a meeting and parting greeting.
Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how Mark says, "Good morning"?
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. And how Karen says, "Good afternoon"?
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Do you remember how to say good evening? Buonasera. Buonasera. Do you remember how Mark addresses Miss Romano? Signora Romano. Signora Romano.
Let's practice. Imagine you're Ben Lee, and you're attending your morning class. Respond by saying, good morning. Ready?
Buongiorno, Ben.
Buongiorno.
Listen again and repeat.
Buongiorno. Buongiorno.
Let's try another. Imagine you're Mark Lee, and you're attending your afternoon class. Respond by saying, good afternoon, Miss Romano. Ready?
Buongiorno, signor Lee.
Buongiorno, signora Romano.
Listen again and repeat.
Buongiorno, signora Romano. Buongiorno, signora Romano.
Let's try one more. Imagine you're Karen Lee, and you meet your neighbor in the evening. Respond by saying, good evening. Ready?
Buonasera.
Buonasera.
Listen again and repeat.
Buonasera. Buonasera.
This is the end of this lesson.
Now, here's what you can do to cement this conversation in your head. Review the conversation with our dialogue tool and lesson transcripts. Study the key words and phrases with our spaced repetition flashcards. Review the key grammar and cultural tips inside the lesson notes. And test yourself with our assessment tests. So click the link in the description right now and sign up for your free lifetime account to access our Can-Do course.
Now you know how to use basic greetings in Italian. That's all there is to it. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson.